Welcome to today's Choke Point, brought to you by Online Trading Academy. In case you haven't noticed, I'm getting a little giddy, baby. It's go time. It's my one last chance to give you that pep talk. It's the coach in me that's kind of breaking out, guys. You better be ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Viaduct closure. It's go time. You're ready. You've prepared. If you've been listening to me, you've been doing your planning. And good on you, because you're going to need it. With a viaduct closing, everyone's going to have an alternate route, and everyone's going to have to be really patient. The first thing I'm going to say is, like I gave you at the end of last year, my hope for 2019 is that we're all a little less selfish behind the wheel. We're going to need to be really, really less selfish. Don't cut off people. Give them room to merge in. We are kind of all in this thing together, and if you prevent people from merging, that's just going to back things up. If you cut over at an angle across the gore point or across double white lines, that's just going to back people up behind you. At least during these 3 weeks, be a better human being behind the wheel and we'll all get through it. Okay, enough preaching. Now, what's going to happen with the viaduct close during our first couple of commutes? We're talking, the Monday and Tuesday of this closure. What is Seattle Police, what is the Seattle Department of Transportation going to do? Well, had a long talk with one of the assistant chiefs this week, and here's what they're talking about. They could write you tickets. They could write tickets all day long, because believe me, they're going to see plenty of violations. Blocking the box, using the bus lane when you shouldn't, running red lights, all of that. They could write a ton of tickets, but they're not going to. They're still going to write some, believe me. But their whole idea here is they're going to try to help us get through this, to help us move. So what you're going to see is you're going to see intersections you're going to come across, and they're going to be dedicated, uniformed officers there, directing traffic, putting up the hands, telling you to go. They're going to be making sure that you don't block the box in the first place, or the pedestrians don't cross across the red light to help us move or to allow turns. Kind of think about when you let out of a big game at the Seahawks or for the Mariners. You got those guys out there directing traffic. That's what you're going to see. Now, one of the downsides, but it's for a very good reason, they've restricted parking, gotten rid of parking. There are no parking zones where there used to be parking on certain streets through the downtown core. Why? Because they've created corridors for emergency responders. Say you've got a friend of yours has a heart attack while they're walking along the waterfront. Well, you call 911, that ambulance is going to have to get through traffic. So what they've done is they've created a couple safety zones with these non-parking areas that will allow those emergency vehicles to get where they need to go a little faster. I know we're losing parking spaces, which sucks. Deal with it. It's for a right idea. If you know someone who's having an emergency, I bet you'd rather get that police, fire, and ambulance there quickly than be able to park for 20 minutes outside of the business you're going to. So that's what the Department of Transportation, Seattle Police are doing. Be prepared, be diligent. If you're using an app, make sure you know the area where you're going to be going into so you're not driving too fast through a neighborhood or all of a sudden find yourself driving into, oh my gosh, a BNSF freight train is here? How did that happen? Well, it's there all the time. You just didn't know it, and Waze directed you to that street. Just be aware. You've done your planning. You're good to go. Separation's in the preparation, baby. You've done the preparation. Next 3 weeks, you got this. And this Choke Point is brought to you by our friends at Online Trading Academy.